So this week marked this channel's 13th year, and in all that time, we've never really sat down and talked to you like this. Admittedly, it is a bit weird for me, not something I'm used to. We've always just made scripted stuff whenever we felt like it, hit upload, and we're gone, for whoever knows how long. That's quite a long dong. That being said, we appreciate everyone who stuck by and commented throughout the years. I mean, I remember reaching 1,000 subs, and that for us was not at all in our bucket list. Now, outside of the channel has been quite interesting for us. We've been fortunate enough to have some opportunities to collaborate and help newcomers who are entering this filmmaking thing, and we've been super grateful to be a part of it. And doing those projects brought me back to that time when I was new to this, figuring things out, and lots of curiosity. The same curiosity we've seen from those we've helped. So naturally, today I thought I would share some advice for anyone interested in getting started with any kind of video creation. So first up, keep things short and simple. When starting off, it's very common to be tempted to make very big and complex ideas, involving a ton of actors, many locations, crazy car chases, and to top it off, your idea is more than 25 pages long. And these can often lead you to frustration and incomplete projects. And I've sort of been there. One time I began shooting this big 4-part thing. It had many friends in it, many locations, fight scenes, and I was both behind and in front of the camera. And sure, thankfully it was pretty safe. I did it with friends, locations around my home. It could have certainly been a lot worse, and yet it still didn't work out. It was just too complex for my experience at the time. So I adjusted the things that were an issue and still did a 4-part story, but this time I trimmed it all down to one location, one actor, and with me solely behind the camera. And it worked out. So if you have yourself a lengthy, ambitious idea but have no experience, try to find ways to trim it down until it's a comfortable starting point. Since you are new to this, depending on the scale, you're more likely gonna go through a lot more mistakes and a lot more energy spent on a single project. Big or small, you're still gonna learn things. But for beginners, it is safer to go through those lessons in 5 small-scale projects than a single ambitious one. And doing it this way is a great way to try different ideas quickly, which helps you improve faster. Don't think you need expensive gear to start. I think there's 2 main pieces of gear that you would need to start practicing: a camera and some computer for editing. If you don't have a camera, use your phone. If you don't have a computer, use your phone. Nowadays you can shoot and edit all straight in your phone, which is, pretty crazy.
Go crazy!
And if you want something a little bit more manageable, try to find a used, affordable camera or borrow one from a friend. The point is, you don't have to go all in cashing out on the latest gear simply because you see other people using it. Back when I first got my Rebel T3i, which sort of seems that everybody started with this camera, it's pretty hilarious. And I'm super grateful that I did. It was a nice upgrade from a Sony Handycam that I was using. And while it wasn't the most professional high-end camera out there, I sort of told myself, well, let's see what I can do with this now to justify something like that in the future. And we used the heck out of it here on the channel, which helped out with networking and did some client stuff with it. So ask yourself, if all you have is your phone or a 10-year-old camera and you don't know what to make with it, what guarantees that you will with fancier gear? Remember, all the gear in the world doesn't guarantee good content. Creating around what you have and its limitations will make you more creative in the long run. And once you upgrade, you'll actually know how to use and appreciate the fancier gear. Don't compare your first things with more experienced work. I don't remember struggling much with this when I started, at least not until these metal rectangles of insecurity started being in our pockets. So if you ever start struggling with this, you have to remember, those things you're comparing yourself to probably took them a lot of time to get there, making mistakes and improving their skills, either in private or when they weren't as big and didn't have many eyes on them. What most people end up seeing publicly are the final results. Directly comparing your first things with someone else's final stuff isn't really fair for you. If possible, go search up their first pieces of work, and you'll probably find that their early stuff wasn't as great as where they are now. And perhaps that could even give you a little inspiration. Don't do it for these things. There's nothing wrong to strive for greatness in your work to the point of getting recognition, but if you do this with the primary motivation of getting tons of views on your first videos, or getting festival awards, or simply making money, you might set yourself up for great disappointments, and if you're not careful, discourage yourself to the point of quitting. Right now, these things shouldn't be in your radar. They can be nice milestones to have, but they shouldn't be the main reasons to create. So start making things because you like to entertain, share ideas, express yourself, and do them as best you can. Then let all the other stuff come as a byproduct. Accept that not everyone's gonna like your ideas. It's easy to get heated when that person or that one comment doesn't like or appreciates that project that you spent lots of energy and time on. And now you feel like you need to explain all the reasons why they're wrong and so on. And I get it. Putting your art out there means you're putting a part of yourself. That when met with negative feedback, it might feel like a personal hit. If someone dislikes your stuff, they're not wrong for thinking that, but they don't have to be right either. At the end of the day, it's all a matter of taste. It can be tough, but understand that not everyone's going to be your target audience. So try to focus on the people who do like your voice and be grateful to have them. And that's it. Let us know what you think. A bit of a random one for this channel, but I think it sort of fits in with those behind the scenes making of videos that we've done, mainly with the purpose of showing that it doesn't always take large crews or big budgets to make stuff, and to hopefully inspire those who are interested in starting. Thanks again for everyone who stuck by, and I'll see you again in like 3 years. Yeah, that sounds about right.